Hello everyone, welcome back to Scented Moments channel. I'm Jolima. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all safe. And in this video, I want to talk about my top 10 best linear fragrances. And as usual, in my top 10 lists, I will mention my 5 designers and 5 niche fragrances, and this time will be in the no specific order. So I want to talk about linear fragrances because I think they are very misunderstood. Of course, linear fragrances are different from complex fragrances, or at least fragrances that have more development, because the latter ones, they usually have the traditional perfume structure, the pyramid structure. So you have the top notes, the heart notes, and the base notes. So usually the complex fragrances follow this traditional structure, and that's why you feel nuances in the top notes, in the heart, and the base. Linear fragrances, they don't follow that traditional structure. So linear fragrances are focused on 1-2 notes or chords with some nuances here and there. So of course it's quite hard to pull off a great linear scent. And just because a fragrance is linear doesn't mean it has bad quality, not at all. On the contrary, linear fragrances can have better quality than more complex fragrances. Nonetheless, linear fragrances are great, love them. Of course, as the name implies, linear fragrances is basically what you will smell at first impressions, right in the opening. It's what you will get through the entire life of the fragrance. So it's safe in that matter. Like if you love that fragrance right from the opening, then you will love it until it completely fades away from your skin. Of course, if you don't like the opening, then you will not like the fragrance at all. So it's safe also in that matter. It's what you see, it's what you smell, it's what you get, basically. So without further ado, let's talk about linear fragrances here. And other thing, linear is different from being flat. For me, a flat fragrance is a fragrance that starts off fantastic, that really captivates me right in the opening, and I'm very excited to see how it will develop. But after that initial 5-10 minutes, it falls flat. It's not what I was expecting. It's a very unbalanced fragrance. So for me, that's a flat fragrance, which is completely different of linear. So that way, let's talk about some stunning fragrances right here in no specific order again. So starting off in the designer realm, I have here a fragrance from the house of Hermes, and it is Terre de Hermes Eau Très Fraiche. This is the 30 ml bottle, and I have here the refill. This is the 125 ml refill. I already used 30 ml here, so I usually wear this during the summertime when it's very hot outside. This is the one that I pull off because it's so fresh, so refreshing. It's one of the best orange fragrances, and it's definitely my favorite Terre de Hermes version. This is clean, it's crisp, it has a very natural feel. The orange here, it's quite clean and transparent and has this natural aura. It's not dirty, it's not bitter, doesn't have that mature feel that the original Terre de Hermes has. I think this is a bit more juvenile, but in the best way possible, of course. And yes, this is quite linear, at least in my opinion. It's what you see, it's what you get. What you smell is what you get, better saying. You really, from the opening, you get this stunning, sparkly orange fragrance, and will be like that. Will stay like that through the entire life of the scent. At least on my skin, it's like that. Starting off this video, Terre de Hermes Eau Très Fraiche. The next fragrance that I have here is from the house of Givenchy, and this is a recent acquisition of mine. It is Givenchy B. This one right here. What a stunning scent. I'm late with this one. Released in the late 90s, and man, this is fantastic. So Givenchy Pi, it's basically all about benzoin, vanilla, and tonka bean. These 3 notes really are blended really well, and this is the structure of Givenchy Pi. Not overly sweet, it's resinous, It's so cozy, comforting, delicious. It has a touch of a mandarin orange in the opening, just to make things a bit more fresh, just to balance the sweetness here. But from the most part, it's benzoin, vanilla, and tonka bean. Stunning scents right here. Perfect for the upcoming fall, and I love this bottle presentation right here. Givenchy Pi also has a average performance, at least from my skin, and well, I can't really even evaluate this the performance of this fragrance because I still have to wear it a bit more. But nonetheless, so far I can say that it has average performance. It's in the 7-hour mark, so not bad. This is an eau de toilette concentration and still smells fantastic. Givenchy. Next fragrance that I have here is from House of Prada, and it is Prada Amber pour Homme. This one right here. So Prada Amber pour Homme was featured on my top 10 best clean and soapy scents, and of course this is a must-have if you are searching. So invigorating, so clean. This is pure soap in a bottle, a pure expensive soap in a bottle. Effervescent, sparkly, man, so nice. This is the quintessential office fragrance. If you're searching for a nice, clean, fresh, soapy, office-friendly fragrance, this is the one to go. It has a great quality here. It has the Prada quality in terms of making a perfect soapy scent. Of course, it's very linear. It's really what you will smell right in the openings, what you will get until it fades away. I mean, the performance isn't great. This is the eau de toilette concentration. The performance isn't fantastic, but still, it's average. I mean, we're talking about 6 to 7 hours, and it's pushing, but still, I mean, I think it's a nice, clean, refreshing, soapy scent. And it's what defines Prada. Prada makes perfect soapy fragrances like any other brand. Prada Amber pour Homme. The next fragrance that I want to talk about, it's from House of Tom Ford from the Private Blend collection, and you all know how much I love this one. It is Tobacco Vanille. This one right here. Tobacco Vanille, it's like the name implies, it's all about tobacco and vanilla. Has this sweet, spicy vanilla with tobacco. Has also some tonka bean in the dry down. Yes, but it's all about tobacco and vanilla, man. This is delicious. My favorite tobacco scent, one of my all-time favorites actually. I have so many memories attached with this fragrance, and maybe I'm biased because of that, but I love Tobacco Vanille. It's one of those fragrances that I will always have in my collection, and it's quite linear. It's sweet, yes, not overly sweet, at least in my opinion, and literally it's cozy, it's comforting, and yet it's sensual, has a seductive part in here. Love this one. Tobacco Vanille from Tom Ford. It's a great linear fragrance. And last but not least, in the designer side of things, I have a fragrance here from the house of Maison Margiela, and it is by the Fireplace. This is my favorite from the line, from the replica line. This is fantastic. I mean, it really smells like you are by the fireplace, and literally it's all you get. You get this sweet roasted chestnut with the smoky nuances in here, but it's literally being by the fireplace, and it's quite linear because of that. I love the sweet roasted chestnut in here. So realistic, so damn realistic. I absolutely love by the fireplace. Perfect for the upcoming fall and winter time. It's a nice festive fragrance, and needed to be featured in here. By the Fireplace by Maison Margiela. Great performance. This one, I have actually great performance with this one. It's around 10, 11, 12 hours. with no issues whatsoever. And if I will spray my clothes, then it will last through the entire day and evening. It's a great fragrance through and through. By the Fireplace by Maison Margiela. Now let's talk about niche fragrances, linear fragrances in the niche realm. So first I have here a fragrance from the house of Indult, and it is Tihota. This one right here. Tihota is hands down the best vanilla fragrance ever created, in my opinion, of course. This is all about vanilla. Delicious. This is vanilla, pure vanilla. That's it. It has this freshly baked vanilla cupcake. It's so good, man. So addictive. If you love vanilla, if you're searching for a vanilla fragrance, search more. It's Tihota from Indult. Actually, it was created by Franais Chan, and it will last you through the entire day. Great performance, actually. The projection, actually, it's quite nice. It leaves a nice sillage around you. It has a nice scent bubble, creates a nice scent bubble around you. Doesn't project a lot, but it leaves a nice scent trail. And the longevity, it's really good. It's very cozy, very comforting, realistic, of course. It has a natural feeling to it, and that's why for me this is the best vanilla scent. Linear, of course, through and through. It's just vanilla, and one of the best gourmands and best vanilla. Tihota from Indult. Talking about Franais Chan, I have a fragrance here from the house of Maison Franais Chan, and it is one of my favorite amber fragrances. It is Grand Soir. This one right here, and you can see how much I already wore this. This is for me the best romantic scent. This is so romantic. Oh man, this screams a nice fancy dinner. Oh man, this is so good. I mean, I love this. Grand Soir is fantastic, and this is all about benzoin and amber. And like you can see from the color of the liquid, this ambery color. Yes, this is all about amber and benzoin. It's sweet, yes, but not overly sweet, at least in my opinion. Sweet amber with benzoin. Oh, man, it's magical. It's delicious even. Man, I love this one. Grand Soir, great performance. Unisex through and through. After all fragrances for me, in my opinion, are unisex. It all depends on your taste if you will enjoy them or not. But they are all unisex, and this is clearly a unisex fragrance. Grand Soir by Maison Franais Chan, a stunning linear fragrance. The next fragrance that I have here is from the house of Nazomato, and it is Baraonda. This one right here. I love the bottle presentation. I love the cork cap, and the scent, it's all about whiskey and some dried fruits. But this is the most realistic whiskey that I ever smelled. It's so good, so boozy. I love boozy fragrances. Actually, I have a top 10 boozy fragrances from my collection, of course, and this was very well featured in that list. So Baraonda, it's all about whiskey and dried fruits. Man, it's so good, so realistic whiskey. It's my favorite boozy scent, actually. It's Baraonda from Nazomato, and it's quite linear, at least for me. All I get is this liqueur, boozy sweetness, and it's fantastic in my opinion. Great night out scent, also nice date night scenario. It will work perfectly. Baraonda from Nazomato, it's one of the best from this house. The next fragrance that I have, it's from the house of Xerjoff, and it is Cruz del Sur 2. This one right here. So Cruz del Sur 2, it's all about milky, creamy mango. So good, so realistic, it's mind-blowing. Oh, man. Milky mango, man, done to perfection. This is very tropical because of that. After all, mango, it's a tropical fruit. It's delicious even. It's milky, slightly sweet, fruity. Man, the best fruity fragrance, one of the best tropical fragrances also, in my opinion. Man, it's a stunning scent. If you are searching for a nice fruity scent, check no more. This is the way to go. Cruz from the house of Xerjoff, and will last you through the entire day, at least for me. Has a great lasting power. I love this one. One of my favorites from Xerjoff. It's Cruz del Sur 2. And last but certainly not least, I think this is the best house in terms of linear fragrances. Profumum Roma. You all know how much I love Profumum Roma and the linear characteristics of their fragrances. It's the reason why I love them so much, because I think there's no other fragrance house that is doing fragrances like this. And I could mention all of their fragrances, or almost all of their fragrances, the majority of them, of course. But well, as an example, I will mention my favorite Patchouly. It is, of course, Patchouly, this one right here. So Patchouly, like the name implies, it's all about patchouli. Oh, wow. Man. This earthy, cakey, chocolatey, damp patchouli. Oh man, this is fantastic. Intoxicating, enveloping, masculine, bold. And it's all about patchouli. If you are searching for patchouli, this is the one to go. This has myrrh, a touch of myrrh in here, has a resinous nuance, but it's mostly all about patchouli. Oh man, so good. I could mention Acqua di Sale, I could mention Acqua Viva. I mean, a lot of fragrances that I could, Ambra Aurea, Olibanum, a lot of fragrances that I could mention, but well, just for the sake of this video, I will just mention my favorite patchouli scent, which is of course Patchouly from Profumum Roma. All of them have a great lasting power. They are all highly concentrated, and I love Profumum Roma. Fantastic. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me in the comments down below if you love or if you like linear fragrances. What is your favorite linear fragrance? Tell me everything in the comments down below, guys, and see you in the next video. Take care. Ciao.